served even no opinions beating you by about 500%. I wonder why you're still in this thing.
Well, no opinion's actually been ahead of most of the candidates for a long time. It's because there has been a very difficult time in the Republican Party to try to find that person they think is going to be, you know, their Ronald Reagan, I suppose.
Why are you still in it?
Well, you know, the issue that you referred to, and you correctly identified, is the issue that I have been identified with and have pushed as hard as I can, is the issue du jour now. And all of my colleagues have taken it on to some extent or other, and that's fine. They have a lot more horsepower behind their campaigns than I do, in terms of, especially in terms of the money. So it will naturally flow that way. But, you know, we're going to just keep their feet to the fire and make sure that they stay.
Well, I mean, one place for you to keep your feet. Now, wait. Now, one place for you to keep their feet to the fire would have been in this debate that happened over on Univision, and you decided not to be a part of it. Why was that?
Well, I frankly would not participate because I do not believe that we should do anything to encourage what is happening in America today, and that is the bilingualization of the country. That is not a good thing. I mean, what we're talking about is when one part of the country speaks mostly one language and another part speaks mostly a different language. That is not a good thing for America. It is something that I think is part of a much bigger picture, of course, a much bigger problem we are having throughout the United States with the balkanization of America. And I feel that my absence there spoke louder than any words I could possibly speak while I was there, especially because, as I say, I don't believe we should be, I don't believe they should have done it. I think they were pandering.
Now wait a minute. They've been simulcasting things of this nature on Univision and Telemundo for as long as I can remember. I mean, let's face it, there are people in South Florida where this thing was who understand better when listening to Spanish. So why not try to get your message across in that way? I mean, it's not like the government's paying for it. What do you care? It's
because this is a presidential debate. That's why I care. And it is the fact, who are you actually appealing to when you do something like that?
Well, certainly not the people who are going to vote for you.
Well, and supposedly not the people that are going to vote at all, because if you are a citizen in this country, if you're an immigrant who's come here and has become a citizen and therefore eligible to vote, you're supposed to, by law, know and can comprehend the English language. That's what it says that you have to do to be a citizen.
No doubt.
So there's nobody else that you need to be talking to if they can't if they can't understand the English language, then of course they shouldn't be citizens, they shouldn't be voting, and we shouldn't be pandering to them.
And pandering, now you consider this to be pandering?
Absolutely. Because you know what you're doing is you're taking a section of the country out, a particular group. You're saying, we're going to change what we would normally do in order to kind of accomplish this task here, and get the votes out of this group here. We would not usually conduct a debate in this country in anything other than English. But we're going to do it here because we want to, there is a selective group that we're going to, quote, pander to. And I think that's exactly what happened. And when you listen to them, even on immigration, when they're talking to the rest of America, when they're doing a different kind of debate, almost every one of the candidates, both Democrats and Republicans, speak much more harshly of illegal immigration into this country than they did in that debate. That's pandering too. You shouldn't do it. You should be the same. One way or the other, you should speak the same language, because you are, in America, Shepard, it is important because we are a country of such diversity that it is important to have at least one thing that does glue you together. It's called the language. It is really more than just a chauvinistic attitude. It's an important thing for any nation.
Congressman Tom Tancredo live with us. I know you have to catch a plane, so I'll let you go. Congressman, thank you.
Thank you.